Hello, 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 Libras. Welcome, welcome. How are you guys doing? Oh my goodness, it's been a busy week. Sorry you guys are so late. Usually I'm done by Friday, but not this week. Getting ready for my surgery next Wednesday, or this coming up Wednesday, so it's been sort of crazy. So I apologize for being late for you guys, because you guys mean a lot to me. I appreciate it. So we're doing your reading from the 8th to the 14th. So there is a new moon in there. I'm not going to be able to do a new moon reading this time unless it's impromptu, because it's on the 13th and I don't know where I'll be at recovery wise, and so we'll see. So if I do a promptu, it'll be just like all of a sudden kind of a thing. So you want to hit the subscription button and the bell to know if I'm on live, if you like to watch those. All right. For those of you who are new, my name is Patti. I'm an intuitive empath, very intuitive empath, and I'm doing intuitive tarot as well as I do coaching on the side, spiritual coaching, and life balance coaching, along with nutrition coaching. So let's get started. My energies are a little bit low for today, as some of you who watch me probably know, going through a lot at this point. Lot on my plate. So just know that everything is good though. All right. It's all about change, all about growth, all about learning new. All right. So let's get going. 8th through the 14th for my Libras, please give me some. Now, for those of you that are new, the oracles that I'm going to be pulling, first oracle is for the divine. The divine's energies pulling through of what he would like to see happen in this next week, or help you, guide you along in that next week, as well as the second oracle is for the energies for the week, and the third oracle is for the energies for future energies. That one is sort of unpredictable because we don't know which way you are going to choose to go. So that is going to be up to you. All right. Yes, definitely. A lot of fairies this week. A lot of fairies this week. All right. So we have the first card out, which is, very interestingly, the Divine's card, and what I talk about a lot. In fact, somebody had a comment, I think either here or can't remember where, but the first card is joy. So that is divine. It is not happiness, it is joy. There's a very, very big difference between happiness and joy. Joy is spiritual. Happiness is earthly. It is also the number 10 in numerology. So number 10 is about something coming to an end, a completion, and something starting. So something new, something fresh. So he's either bringing you joy, going to bring you joy. He's finishing something up in your life and going to be bringing something new. Usually newness doesn't come until something ends. So that is going to be something that you want to sort of look into. Definitely what is happening in your life to bring you joy, not happiness. Happiness comes and goes like a fart in the wind, as I say. And it's a big roller coaster because that is earthly. That's first dimensional. Okay. And first dimension is what you can see, what you can touch, what you can feel. You get a new car. It's bright and shiny. You're really, really happy. Woo, woo, woo. Gets in an accident and you're down in the dumps because it was a brand new car. But that's how that goes. Whereas if you have joy in your heart, you get a new car. Okay. You have a crash. It's like, okay, but here's the thing. You know what? I'm safe. Everybody's safe. You look at more of the positive. You look at more of the second dimensional, the unseen part of it. And that's where joy is. And that keeps you on a kiddie coaster rather than a big roller coaster. All right. So that's the first card out. Second card out is our watery fairy. Again, a lot of fairies this week. And that is about your feelings and your emotions. And when I see this card, a lot of it has to do with how you handle your emotions, your feelings and your emotions. Are you controlling your feelings and emotions, or are you allowing your emotions and feelings to control you? So when your feelings and emotions control you, it's again one of these kind of a things, a big roller coaster. You're just doing the big colossal roller coaster up and down, and you're also projecting those out, and it also affects the people around you. Whereas if you control your emotions and your feelings and handle them appropriately and expend them out when necessary. Is it necessary? Is it out of love? Is it out of kindness? And then that's the way you begin to process and change how you control your feelings and your emotions. It's not wise to let your feelings and your emotions control you, because that'll bring you depression, anxiety, very earthly kind of base kind of a thing. So that is just with that. Energy towards the future week is the Merlin, which is about justice, balance, and alchemy. Okay, so again, I focus on the first two cards mostly because this has to do with what the divine is trying to share through intuitiveness, wisdom, and those are things that are basically will resonate with somebody. Now, being a general reading, it's not going to resonate with everybody. However, it could. Maybe there's something, because intuitive tarot, there's not just one energy. I'm not going to say one person own this and then hone in on the whole reading on one energy. No, because the energies that come through, or the drop downs, or the downloads, or things like that, could be several ancestors, spirits, or whatever who's coming through. So it might be for all different kinds of people. All right, so let's see what our first card out is. Whoa. Okay, so we have the Five of Swords. Hi, welcome, welcome. This is the Five of Swords, which there has been sort of a little bit of a, I want to say a tiff, or an argument, or a conflict, or discussion, that kind of a thing. But somebody walked away sort of with an arrogant attitude, like, you know what, it is what it is, kind of a thing. It's more of a, okay, sorry, I've got two cards upside down. I want to make sure my deck was upright. This is more of somebody who's got too much pride. Somebody had an argument, and I want to say too much pride, versus somebody who had more of a second dimensional thought process, more spiritual, and they thought that they wanted. It's sort of like when somebody's trying to control you, or they're abusive. It's that I've got power over you and I can do whatever, and you're like down here, you're not equal to me, kind of an attitude, that kind of an attitude. And it's either an ongoing conversation that somebody's having, or it is also about a conversation that's been there a while, or wanted to be said, and somebody's not paying attention to their intuition about all of this. It's like, again, somebody is missing the red flags of somebody. So if you're in a new dating situation, a new marriage, or something like that, you're seeing the bad side, but you're denying it. And it's like, oh, that's just the way he is, or that's the way they are, or she, that kind of a thing. And you're not really listening to your intuition of what that is. Okay, when obviously they've already shown you what this is. Too much pride, too much ego. I don't know who that's for. So when this argument comes up, then your feelings and your emotions are coming up, and somebody's emotions are getting squashed. It's almost like when you're living for somebody else, there's no joy there. There's no joy. Every relationship should have personal joy for each person. I was helping somebody this week where they just it doesn't sink in, where when you're a couple, that you have yourself, and then the woman has herself. You have two individual lives, and at the end of the day, you bring that unity together. You don't lose yourself in that person, and you don't lose yourself in that person, but they don't get it. Because they've been trying to do everything by themselves all the time, they just don't get it. And so they struggle with their relationship. So it is something in coaching that I'm trying to help them with. Yes. So I think what is going to happen, this is going to come to an end. However, the bounding, somebody's really bound to this relationship. They're bound really to the relationship. Now, what's holding you? There is something that's really holding you there. Interesting. I don't know who that's for, but I have a feeling you're going to miss out on this. So it may come full circle, though, because the world is there. Okay, and the world is about sort of a completion. It's a circle. It's like a completion. However, it also could mean a pattern keeps repeating itself. So you're missing out on all these opportunities because you're missing it's sort of like somebody coming to me and saying, why do I keep picking the wrong guys? Why do I keep picking the wrong guys? Well, it's a pattern. It's a thought process. There's something there that is sort of off a little bit on how you were picking those guys, it's because maybe something from your past caused that, maybe from your child caused that. However, so there you end up in this cycle of going through lots of men or lots of women, or the relationships never work or anything like that. But something definitely is going to be coming to an end. So definitely something is coming to an end. And that can be a really good thing, because here's the thing. Joy! When you have something come to an end, it can be very, very painful. You can be actually really working on something, and it can be very, very painful while you go through the process. But once you get through that process, the thing is that there's a lot of good rewards, a lot of happier feeling, a light vibration, a higher vibration, a higher energy. You feel a little bit lighter. It's like when you get that 50 million pounds off of your shoulders. But when I picked up the Merlin, remember, it's about justice and balance. So what I'm hearing in my head, my downloads, is balance. You need balance. It's not balanced. Whatever this is, it's not balanced for somebody. Yeah, it's balanced for the person who's getting everything, but somebody's losing out here. Somebody is totally losing out. And I don't know if they're losing themselves or if they're losing out on opportunities because the world is here, but definitely is missing out because there's no communication between the two. And if it is, it's one-sided. I don't know who that's for, but it is very one-sided. You know, and the emotion that I keep feeling here is anger. Somebody has an underlying anger, and the devil loves that because that keeps you in a low vibration, totally. And when you keep it in a low vibration and in anger, you won't face your fear, because if you face your fear, you're actually going to go to a higher vibration, and this little guy begins to be Olaf melting in the snow. Or in the summer. He likes summer, Olaf. If you guys watch, what is that movie? Frozen. So Olaf is one of my favorites. I think he's back behind me there. Yeah. So that's one of the things there. You're going to keep missing out on opportunities. All right. So we have the moon. Yep. Something is hidden. The Queen of Cups again. Now she's flipped over though. She is actually flipped to the right. And let me get this next card here. So we have the moon, which is meaning somebody's hiding something and you can't see it, or it's in denial. Who's in denial here? The Queen of Cups, she's now in the upright. Okay. She's in the upright. And then we have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords. Somebody can't sleep. Somebody is struggling. Somebody is not having a happy time right now. Well, that'd be me. I'm having surgery on Wednesday, you guys. So keep me in your prayer and meditation. And that's one of my, it's not a stress. It's just, I've got so much to do and it's a very big surgery. So yeah, so keep me in prayer. So yeah, losing a little bit of sleep, losing a little bit of energy, losing, you know, yeah. And somebody's just stressed out. Whatever this relationship, and this could be a friend, doesn't have to be a lover. This could be a friend, could be a family member. Gosh, how many have big families do we know that, you know, the family members are like, you know, how many fight in the family, or how many haven't talked to each other in the family? You know, I'm not talking to them. They did this, I did this, they did it, whatever, right? But I don't have to worry about that. I don't. My family doesn't talk to me. I'm the black sheep of the family. So anyway, so we have the Two of Cups. Okay, that's a good thing. Oh, we have the Tower and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so Two of Cups. I like to show you the cards. They're very beautiful. This is the Fire Emblem deck, 3 houses, and beautiful deck my daughter gave me for Christmas, limited. So if you're going to ask me where I can get one, you can't. They're all sold out. And I don't know if they're going to do another run. Nintendo, I don't know what their contract is with Nintendo. So, but then we have the Tower, guys. This is not a bad thing. So a lot of people think that the Tower is horrible, but you know what? The Tower is right next to the devil. So this means that we need to take him down, which means we need to take the low vibrations down. We need to get rid of the toxicity. We need to get rid of anybody who is destructive or not lifting us up and moving us forward. That is huge. That's what's holding you back. Somebody's toxic in somebody's relationship, or somebody toxic around. And if you don't know if they're toxic or not, it's very, very easy. Are they for you? Are they keep lifting you up? Hey, yeah, go for it. Yeah, yeah, I've got your back. Blah, 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 like that. Or do they sit there and it's like, oh, you can never do that. You're never going to make it. Or why would you even think of that? That costs too much money. Anything that's against you, that is the person that you need to bye-bye. All right. I even did that for my family when I was bodybuilding. I actually had to not talk to my mother for over a year because she was sabotaging, saying, you're going to try to diet again. Oh, you're not going to do that. You always say you're going to do it. And at 215 pounds, and the next year, I told her I was going to bodybuild and compete. And she's like, yeah, sure. Yep, go ahead. Yep, sure. A year later, I was at 136 pounds heavyweight on a bodybuilding stage competing. So don't let anybody ever stop you from your dreams. Don't ever let anybody stop you from your dreams. If they are, they need to go. We did, after I became strong and healed and understood where I needed to be, then I could bring some of those people back in, but I kept them at bay because they still didn't have, either out of their own jealousy, their own fear, their own anger, their own whatever it is. I had to keep them at bay because as an empath, I don't want to absorb those energies. I go in my hole and I don't absorb those energies. Don't absorb those energies. They can change you in an instant, and those low vibrations, the devil would really love to do that. That's your feelings and your energies. That's where all that's coming from, guys. And then it steals. It's an energy vampire, steals your joy. You'll hear us talk as empaths about energy vampires, and they will suck you dry. Anybody feel like that out there? Anybody got one of those in their life? We all do. So you just have to know when to say goodbye, when to say, you know what, you need to go to a distance. I love you, but stay right there, kind of a thing. So then we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, the Seven of Wands is actually a card that, well, there brings a little bit of conflict. This is about your again, this is about your integrity. This is about your standards, your morals. What are you going to put up with? So it's robbing your joy, and that's why the divine says joy. Get that joy back. Don't let it rob you of your joy. Joy is internal, which nobody can take away from you. Happiness, anybody can take away from you like a fart in the wind. So that's the whole thing. All right. All right. Let's see if I can clarify. So the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, this does have to do with another person, a unity of some type. Again, it always does. I mean, that would be sort of silly to say, oh, it's something like at work or whatever. No, this is a unity of two people. It's either a partnership, a new relationship. It's either a marriage, but it's not a good one. And thank you. So they're saying, I didn't set this up. So somewhere on the other side, I didn't set this up. I didn't say this was where you were supposed to be. Okay. You always know when it's supposed to be because, oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you're missing something big time. Really start listening to your intuition because we got the moon twice. Somebody is totally missing the mark. Somebody is totally missing. It's like when you meet somebody, you have to sit back and analyze them because they will tell you who they are within the first couple of conversations. If you read between the lines and really listen, somebody's missed that. Somebody's missed it. Or you're denying it. Oh, but that's the way they are. Oh, they'll change. Oh, that's their past. Yeah, but did the past follow them like a shadow? And that's what you have to dig deep and find out. Because this person has some control issues. And not only control issues, is playing with your emotions totally. Manipulating. So I don't know who, this is somebody coming towards you. I just feel this is somebody coming towards you. I don't think this is you, but this is you to get balance back in your life because that's what the future needs to be. All right. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Divine? Yes, of course. Of course, of course. This is what Divine wants. So this is second dimensional energies because you're looking at the heart. And the heart, you cannot define anything from the heart. It is second dimensional. Joy is second dimensional. So that is something that you will, oh, interesting. I just noticed that. Thank you. Um, that is something that you try to obtain. A lot of people are very materialistic. If you're earthbound, you look at all the things that's something you can have. I want that. I want that. I want that. But in second dimensional, you look at what you need because you need housing, you need food, you need clothing, but the main thing that you need as a human being is love, right? Love is second dimensional. Every single thing that is living on this earth looks for love, and that's second dimensional. And that is something very, very different. What they asked me to look at is the numerology for this week's energy of the fairy, which is 10. So 8 and 2, 10. And then we have also 1. So we have 2 10s and a 1. And then we also have a 10 of swords here and a 10 of cups. A lot of 10s, a lot of completion here, a lot of figuring something out. This is all about your emotions. And not only your emotions. Okay, thank you. So they're like, how do you react when somebody comes to you and has like some angry at you, some frustration at you? Do you immediately get upset and angry and get back at them too? Or revenge is like, well, if you're going to yell at me, I'll yell at you. Is that kind of emotion? Or do you step back and say, okay, I see you're upset. I see you're angry. Obviously, there's a lot more inside the foundation why it's angry. It might not even be at you, but you happen to be the scapegoat right there. You're the teddy bear that they can throw against the wall later. And not hypothetically, it's just we don't want to become that teddy bear. They can pull us out, like energy vampire, pull us out and use us up and then throw us back in the corner when they are all happy and happy again. We don't want to be that teddy bear. And how do you respond to somebody in that way? That's what this whole thing is about, to bring you joy and balance and peace, is to ask yourself these questions this week. How am I handling my emotions and my feelings? Or do they have a handle on me? That's what this dude wants, because he doesn't want you to have the card right next to him. Break the pattern, break the cycle. There's a circle. Break the pattern, break the cycle, and make a new pattern. And you know what? What's really cool is that new pattern is you're going to feel so much lighter about it. You're going to feel so much more energy. You won't be so tired. It will be like a whole new you. My book, a whole new you. Yeah, that's my book. I authored that, but that was when I was into fitness and nutrition really heavy, in my degree in nutrition and fitness. So that's why I do coaching, life balance coaching. Life balance coaching, you cannot have spirit, mind, and body. You lose one of those elements, you can't be balanced. And that's why I teach that. Actually, I didn't want to teach it, but Divine said, go and teach. And I'm like, teach what? You better show me. All right, so let's go to the planets, guys. The planets, like I said, there's a new moon coming for these energies for this week. But the planets' energies for March, I'm going to tell you, the moon and the planets' energies, there's some squaring happening that is going to be huge. Oh, gosh, that's coming up here. We're on the 6th. I think it's the 7th or the 8th, squaring of Saturn and Jupiter, I think. And these are really huge this month for the squaring. Not only to be in Pisces and Virgo and Pisces, Virgos, and Aquarius, I think is where we're in. But we're moving. It's like we're moving. We're in spring equinox. We are planting. We are putting the seeds in the ground right now, and we're getting ready to cultivate the ground, your ground. So imagine yourself that you are the seed. You are being planted. You're making sure that everything around you, and they're talking about you physically. Also, the planets are talking about you taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself emotionally, taking care of yourself mentally. This is the month of March to really think about your process to bring yourself up, not only emotionally, spiritually, but also your body, getting enough rest, getting enough movement, getting enough good nutrition, changing a bad habit into a good habit. That's a huge energy of the planets right now. Changing a bad habit into a good habit, a more healthy habit, put it that way. So let's see what they've got for Libras. But yeah, this is a month of movement. We're now starting to move. Remember when I talk about the birth canal, the contractions are real painful and then it releases, and that's where the joy comes from. Okay, we are still in the birth canal. We are still going through contractions and everything. However, we're getting towards the end. All right. So there's that. So remember, when you have a contraction, just hold on. It's not going to last long. The pain, the trouble, all that kind of a stuff. So we have One Ring Circus, Into the Unknown, and Metamorphosis. It's a transformation process. You are in a transformation process, and that's a good thing. But you can't do it with somebody else. You have to do it alone. And when you go and ask everybody, what would you do? What would you do? You know, it drives me nuts because they'll say, well, who'd you ask? Well, I just was wanted dating advice. And I'm like, oh, well, who'd you ask? Have they been married? How long have they been married? How many times have they been married? And why would you ask them? Why wouldn't you ask the divine? Because he's the one that's going to be bringing it and making sure it's the one that's right for you. So where you ask your questions, be really, really mindful because that is the number 6. And the number 6 is all about your improvement and progress. And we have the unknown. The unknown is we have free will in your choice. And how you either control your emotions or how you handle your emotions, that's going to be up to you. And that will either hinder your progress forward or it will hurt your progress forward. And what's interesting is we have 2 numbers of the number 7, and that's your potential and your ambition. And the metamorphosis is to transform from something to a higher level, to a better energy, to a higher energy, to a better you. A new you. All right, guys. All right, Libras. This has been a reading. And now, here, just really quick. Monday and Tuesday, because my surgery's on Wednesday, I'll be on the table on Wednesday. I am doing readings for your next week on Monday and Tuesday. I think I was going to start at 10, but I'm going to start at 9:30 because I'm doing 6 on Monday, 6 on Tuesday. I don't know which ones, because that's divine's choice, what I start out with, that you probably want to hit the subscribe and the bell so you'll be notified if you want to see your readings live. Otherwise, I won't be on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So just so know that. I don't know how long I'm going to be in the hospital. Probably 2 days, I'm thinking. So there's that. And also to please, whoever you watch on your YouTube channels, in anybody, please like their videos because that helps us be more seen out in the YouTube. You can share, that helps with us too, but likes really, really have us really seen out in the YouTube world. The shares are for you to share with your friends and show people, and maybe this didn't resonate with you, but it'll resonate with a friend of yours. Please share it, and subscribe helps us grow. That's it. All right. So we'll see you on the 15th. Either way, I might be looking a little kerfuffled, but I'll be here and I will share with you then anything that happens. No new moon reading again unless I just have enough energy to do it. So please hit the subscribe and the bell, and we'll see you on the 15th. All right. Take care.